First touch here for the double blue offense. Little play fake and almost intercepted. Stavros Katsantonis was all over it, flying down from free safety.
Yeah, there was great anticipation from the safety, Katsantonis. Coming from the middle of the field, you're going to see Jake Herslow from the slot. A little bit of a delay, and then tucking underneath, but you can see Katsantonis coming downhill on it all the way.
The amount of ground he covered. Adept at the trade. A nice double move this time, and Daggy with an easy completion next to the route running of McCall.
About 100 catches, he said, yeah, as a player that matters to me, but knowing the record we have this season, all I care about on a game like this today.
Looking into traffic, up for grabs, tossed up in the air and intercepted. Daggy gets picked off as Stavros Katsantonis is the beneficiary of Devin Veresuk. It looked like flying out to distract the receiver.
Yeah, Veresuk on his way there. Polk recognizes he's got the two linebackers converging on him. He's kind of trying to step in front of them to make the catch. And in doing so, maybe loses his concentration on the ball a little bit. It ends up popping up in the air, and Katsantonis with the diving grab for his fourth INT of the season.
Daggy throws high, and Polk double caught it, but somehow held on before Katsantonis got there as he's fired up by the interception he had. He almost had one earlier on in the ball game as well.
Yeah, Katsantonis flying around.
Offense last year. Wasn't seeing it. We had to bench him. As this time they blitz the corner, and it's completed. The Herslow is covering down is Stavros Katsantonis, the interception earlier on in this ball game. Came in tied for the CFL lead in terms of turnovers created. As Jake Herslow wrapped up from his football career. And now calling Toronto home as he throws a slant route. Big collision there. Is that Katsantonis again, or Talbot downhill? But did the ball pop out? Oh, we got the big man. And he'll lateral it. It's into Castro, back to Herslow. And Katsantonis somehow is there at the end of the play once again.
To get this guy in black and gold.
2nd and 16. Daggy throws it up down the middle of the field, and Katsantonis steals it away once again. He'll go for a run, get a couple of blocks, and he's wrapped up just outside the 20-yard line. But you knew right away, down the middle of the field, bit of a lackadaisical release, and Daggy helmet off already, while Katsantonis celebrates.
This is what happens when you start getting consistent pressure on a young quarterback. Katsantonis, the safety, right in the middle of the field. And he's just going to sit back there and wait. But Daggy's had that defensive line flashing in his face all day, so he's in a little bit of a hurry to get that ball out of his hands before the pressure closes in. Looking for Kevin Mittal down the pipe. Stavros Katsantonis shuts her down.
Can Bo Levi Mitchell match his 5 touchdowns and all these things? There's another hit on the quarterback, but this pass complete. Spencer Brown catching it in the flats. Daggy thought about throwing off balance into traffic, and Katsantonis right there, one from his own 45. Unable to step into it. Stavros Katsantonis with the triple of takeaways. Thought about lateraling it, and Katsantonis will keep that one, put the tape on the ball, sign it. And he's got a keepsake forever. 3 of them.
Katsantonis with the interception hat trick. Just eyeing up the quarterback. Able to detect where he's going with the ball, and he gets in that lane in a hurry.
And you get the sense that the back end of this Hamilton defense profiting from the relentless pressure up front, because the spirit just feels broken. And Jared Daggy can't step into throws, can't move around the pocket. And Katsantonis and his ability to read situations. The 44-29 advantage, and yet another takeaway for this Hamilton defense.
They've assembled an interesting group on that back end.
Oh, they got to give the football back. We'll switch it after.
Yeah, they'll trade after. Of course, the balls belong to the offense, right?
Love y'all, man.